Hi, everyone. Let's talk about dislike buttons. What they are today, what a dislike button is today. What they once were was something entirely different. Like, I remember watching the Olympics when Usain Bolt was like nobody had ever heard his name before. And then suddenly he's like the most famous person the whole globe over. And I didn't have TV. And so I'm looking up, lots of people I think were in my position. You're YouTubing, you're searching in YouTube how to watch his performances, the 100-meter dash, the 200 meters. And so you'll type in your search term, and then what comes up is this list of videos, and one of them is called something like, watch Usain Bolt's world record 100-meter performance here, now, and so you click on that one because that sounds like what you would click on if you want to see it. And immediately some footage, like generic Olympic, footage shows up. It's an aerial shot of the track. It's crowd scenes. Crowd starts to cheer a little bit. You think it's going to cut to Usain Bolt, or like the starting blocks or him walking onto the track or something. But instead it cuts to Rick Astley, like, never gonna give you up, like that. Like, you're Rickrolled, ha 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 ha. And because that was what everybody did back then. And there was this little button, my recollection, there's this little button where you could flag the video and say, this isn't what the title says it was. There's a title that says one thing, and then the video is trickery, it's not that, and I was duped. And so you click that little button to sort of flag it. But today, on YouTube, I'm sure you've noticed, 90% of videos have ridiculous titles that are just clickbait. You click on them and nah, this isn't what I was expecting, whatever. I was just sort of, I was tricked into watching this thing that isn't what, and YouTube isn't just going to scrap the whole system and start over. And so I think that, again, this is my opinion, this is my sort of recollection of how the time course, this sort of series of events, how we use YouTube today is there's a dislike button. I don't like it. And what I think the dislike button means is we're spitting on people. That's what, I'll put up a video that like this, it's me talking. It's sort of a casual chat. Sometimes I'm reading I'll put it up on the screen, my journal, my diary, and I'm reading one of those things. And sometimes I'm talking about my health, about the loss of health and the healthcare system and the struggles, and maybe it's a 20-minute long video, and 20 seconds into it, I have half a dozen dislikes already. And I get some of those are just bots, people program. I don't really understand how bots work, but people program a little software to just be spitting sprinklers. And okay, that's one thing. But some of these are actual fleshy humans who aren't watching. They're like, nope. And I'm a small channel. As I'm talking now, I have 14,000 subscribers. Other people have millions and millions, and they must be so just doused in the internet's saliva. And it's fascinating. I find it fascinating. I don't find it offensive. It's just interesting academically, and I don't think I'm the most equipped person to analyze this, dissect this phenomenon. I think, let's get into some other departments, psychology, sociology maybe. Those people are better positioned to sort of comprehend where the human psyche goes awry and where this comes from. But my hunch, which is all this is going to be, is it one big hunch. So it's very much an opinion. You can have your own opinion. But mine is that white people are so dislikeful it's just a low self-esteem, because people who are satisfied with their station in life, their achievements, they're happy with those, the social reinforcement they're getting for those achievements. These people are pleased enough in life that they don't need to go actively seek out every innocuous video and boo at it. That comes from a place of jealousy, probably from a place of feelings of inadequacy. I've never in my life, my recollection is not once ever in my life have I ever clicked on a dislike button on anyone's video about anything. I don't even honk my horn when I'm driving. I don't even honk the horn, booing from the center of the steering wheel. I will so rarely if there's an episode in which there's imminent danger, and a life hangs in the balance, and I can save that life by alerting. Sure, I'll do that. But when on the internet does a thumb icon save a life? And so if I'm watching a video, I will just make a personal value judgment. This isn't for me. I like whatever. I'm going to keep watching. I'm learning something. I'm not learning. This isn't what I thought it was going to be, whatever. And then I'll click away or just whatever. That's it. I move on. Never while I indulge just a fit of hostility and a need to publicize it, like outbursts of that kind, that's insecurity. That's probably confusion on the disliker's behalf. It's probably bad parenting. Go to like recess at some school, like 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds, and don't be too creepy, but watch the kids do recess. And like, there's a lot of them who just haven't learned in life how to behave in civil society, and how to be compassionate and whatever. And so I think the internet has really become the world's adults' playground, where adults who never learned that lesson either now behave that way. But if anybody who just spends all the dislikers, if they just spend a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, invest in self-betterment, try to improve themselves, they grow out of the dislike button thing really fast. And so I'm pretty sure, again, my opinion, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure the dislike button, really what it means is, I am not happy with who I am as a person. I think that's what it is. And so I'm never offended. I'm never upset. I'm never irritated when I see thumbs downs on my video, 6 of them in 20 seconds or whatever. I just feel bad for people. Because like, what could possibly be sadder than crying out to the world our fears and insecurities and sense of inadequacy with a thumb icon? I mean, it's so sad. And so I hope that actually the thumb up icon I also find fascinating. I mean, I click the thumbs up icon a lot, but I find that at least as fascinating of what that implies. But I actually talk about that in book 1, part 2 of my novel series. And so I'm not going to I talk about it not from the perspective of a thumbs up, because my books are set in like medieval, something between like a hybrid of medieval and Renaissance. And so there's obviously no electricity and like thumb icons and stuff. But what the underlying psychology of that I do get into. So I'm not going to talk about it here, but I hope your life, your day and week in life are free from booing, whether it's from a steering wheel, like, because the light just turned green, or you posted something on a social media site and like, honk, I hope it's free from that. But when you do experience those things, I hope all you feel is a sense of sympathy, understanding what those mean in the other person. But that's all for now. I will see you next time.